Soul Garden.
Hello, Ambassador Gemini. Welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. And you've got one more week left to take advantage of my fabulous reading special. Buy a 1-hour reading with me. I'll throw in a free 30-minute follow-up. Perfect twin reading, right? So you can get both sides of your twins. Get one now, get one out of the retrograde, and get it while they're hot at soulmart.me. Also, come on down to our little village of remarkable people called soulgarden.me, where you can live your brightest and never be judged. It's like a Facebook away from Facebook, except really it's the soul of your face. Come on down. We got a lot of Geminis, a lot of writers, a lot of spoken word going on down in the garden. Now, the Pisces are shifting. Everyone's shifting in a very powerful way. If you aren't convinced it's 2012, you will be in just a few more days, okay, as far as how many major changes in our life are very quietly happening under the scenes right now. The Gemini race or tribe is working this month on your social life, your context consciousness, how you see yourself in the perspective of the entire world. And what I had argued was last weekend, when the sun crossed over Uranus, that you would have a quantum leap by pulling your head out of Uranus and seeing that all this time you've been seeing the world too small, or maybe too big. Either way, what this means is you're probably or have started to throw off a certain social context. You know what? I am not a coal miner's daughter. You know what? I am not the wife of, I am whatever. It is the idea that we are something according to something else. You're just changing those, and you may be just throwing off what you were born with or what you were raised under. Either way, as we start this week, it's time to move forward into the new world, the new reality, the new context that you see yourself in. And in this context, in this new kind of player, what are you going to do in the world? What's going to be your reputation? How do you want to be titled? Who do you want your friends to be? What is your sphere of influence? If you're like Chris Witecki, you've got a sphere of influence that's 1,000 points of light coming together all across the whole world, right? But not necessarily concentrated in one city. So it depends, but it's time to find out. As we start off on Monday, Venus rules the day, so it's time to kind of restore balance and order to your social life. If you are playing out this context consciousness by fighting with a particular friend, the old school friend, you might get peace or come to peace on the day of Monday, because Venus is going to be encouraging that. The moon is in Taurus, so you're still perhaps reserved, but the moon crossing Jupiter and striking this grand trine is a real boost of inner faith. Somehow your inner faith is going to boost. You're going to just feel better, stronger, more potential there. And this all leads to everything, right? Now, you have to be stepping away. That's what Pluto is. You're stepping away from old comfort zones, old boundaries, old things you would do, old things you wouldn't do. That has to die. The red line going between these two is showing that you've got fear. By stepping into the new social life, you're kind of afraid of the boundary changes that will result. There's no way around that one. But the other side, Mars retrograde, says that as you expand your faith and change your boundaries, you're going to find that you are self-nurturing yourself differently, or going back on old self-nurturing decisions, or going back on old self-nurturing actions, or moving back in with your parents. No, I'm just kidding. But you could relocate into another home situation, something you didn't expect because you thought you were on another path, and it turns out things have changed. What's changed? Greater inner faith, for one. Okay, moving on to Tuesday, it's a very spacey day, but you're digging it. The moon moves into Gemini, so it's partly cloudy and cool for Geminis on Tuesday, but Neptune ruling the day does make everyone naturally psychic and therefore spaced out. It is a day where you'll start to pick up on little clues or little incidences or hints of certain things. For instance, if you think maybe a certain friend is not really your friend anymore, on Tuesday you'll get a real sense of that. Or if you ask the universe for a sign, you'll get a sign. That's how Neptune works. Notice these two teal pole skis or ski poles coming out. This is what I call, well, first of all, this is a yod. Okay, a yod is an isosceles triangle in space, and it's supposed to come to one point, but it doesn't in this case, but I think it still counts. I'm calling this a dilated yod, okay, because the end of it is dilated between Mercury retrograde and Uranus. What this is saying is God is basically giving you the finger, well, or pointing where you need to focus. It's a big deal, ask any astrologer. And in this case, it says, okay, Gemini, time to move forward with a new social life, but also time to reconsider career options as a result, or legacy options, okay? So even though you just spend a month working on career legacy, it comes back. You rethink it. That's what a retrograde is, retrograde, right? So you're going to retrograde those ideas and go forward with these ideas, and this yacht is in effect for one more day, which means there's particular fated conscious energy around these two areas, rethinking your career and thinking your place. You could get a job offer. Magical things happen during odd periods. Could be a magical job offer. Could be a job offer to move to another country, which would lead to another job. Those types of things do happen. Don't forget, on Tuesday we do have office hours where our Soul Mart practitioners come and give out free advice. That's right, free. And we also have kind of group therapy. We talk, we share sometimes. There's definitely the regulars that come in. It's kind of like Cheers. I'm one of them. I'm always drunk. So come on down. We have a chat room. It's a lot of fun. 11 a.m. Pacific time, and also that is on Thursdays as well if you can't make Tuesdays. So come on down. Now Wednesday, it is hump day, quite literally. Saturn rules the day. It is time to make a decision. It is really the hump of so many things. For you, you're deciding what you no longer are in the world. So it's time to finally, you know, after that quantum leap and seeing your context differently, what are you definitely not? All right, so that's the question I'll be texting people. What are you definitely not? All right, and what are you definitely not going to hang out with? Mercury, your home planet, also calling for a decision, which is like a sub-decision of the decision. And it basically is, well, since you're not a punk anymore, a punk skater, are you still going to work for a video game company? It's that sort of combination, and that's really what's going on Wednesday. It's hump day. It's time to decide. The moon is still in Gemini for most of the day. It shifts to Cancer the second half of the day, so you pretty much are feeling gorilla, confident, sunny, cool, and very groovy. So you're making these decisions really feeling completely at ease. A little bit of an extra bonus there for the Geminis if you don't notice. Then Thursday, it is time to act. Mars rules the day. Time to push forward. If you decide to go do this, it's time to go do this. That means it's time to go talk to the popular kids in the cafeteria, or leave the friends that aren't being nice, or whatever big hurdle or fear. And that's exactly what these red lines are. Fears, okay? Finally, this fear, which we've been looking at for it seems like 3 weeks, Sun's at 9 degrees, Pluto 9 degrees. After today, your fears of having to adjust to the new boundaries will be over. You have to face them. They're done. Once it goes 10, 11, 12, it's downhill from there. Same sense in this particular day, emotional ego fears. Your ego being afraid of having the strength or courage to pull off these social changes. You'll have to work those out throughout Thursday as well. Now, for those of you that I watch over with the Guardian Agency, I will be sending out personal attacks in the day that go back to your personal Mars in your own birth chart, trying to remind you of your own story of courage and inspire you to get off the couch or get off your astro and do something. So that's for everyone I watch over in the Guardian Agency. Then comes Friday, and Friday is a wacky day, something I've never reported on. After God gives us the finger this way, God gives us the finger this way. And this is basically a real true yod, because it comes to an absolute perfect point at Saturn 27 retrograde in Libra. What this is saying is, okay, now that you've started to get your new social on, you've got to really reconsider Saturn retrograde some of your interpersonal dreams. You've got to go back to your inner child, and you've got to ask your inner child, hey, is this in concert? Are these people or this world or this new community I'm going to, since I'm going to Japan and changing my career, is this what my heart wants? Yes or no? You've got to check in with your heart. Your heart is the king or queen of the whole reality anyway. So the yod is saying, check your heart for 2 solid days, Friday and Saturday, if you don't know. The sun starts to get along with the new career. It's just going to move on at 10 degrees. This square starts to end. And look at this, Pluto and the moon, basically as the day progresses on Friday, your emotions start worrying about, can I pay for this? Literally, can I pay for this? Can I do this? Do I have it? Do I have the confidence? Do I have the strength? And that is all pitted against to, I don't know, what are the boundaries? Can you overcome the boundaries? You are a master of boundaries, yada, yada, yada. So really, universe is pulling and tugging on us in our consciousness, and it's going to squeeze a square peg through triangle holes. Now, by the way, SG Live is here to help you get along. We are live, Carolyn Nagel and myself, at 11 a.m. on Friday. And we're talking about courage and strength. And we've got Zodiac Director Bernadette Morgan from Soul Garden, who is helping us along and decoding the Ram's secret sheep language. So if you want to learn the secret sheep language and you want to learn about courage, or you just want to hear us act stupid on the air, come on down. And if you can't come live, well, that's no problem. We do record it, so you can watch it over the weekend and chilling at home. Then moving to Saturday, it is a shake, shake, shake Saturday. This is a day that karmically, the best image I can think of is a wet dog shaking off the water. That's what we're happening on Saturday. We've just gone through 3 major grand aspects and 2 yads in 6 weeks. And ask any astrologer, that's a big deal. And by the way, we're only in Act 1, hon, of 2012. Act 2 starts next week. The yod comes to a completion, so you better check your inner child or you are S out of luck, okay? Shift out of luck in that regard. This soul pyramid breaks. How long have we been looking at this? 6 weeks? And what that does is the breaking planets kind of create little mini earthquakes at the tips. So in this part of your life, the Taurus life, you'll have a shake of your inner faith. Your inner faith will be shaken. You'll have a moment of, oh God, can I really do this? And Mars retrograde is a little shake of survival. Oh God, will I survive? So there will be an, oh God, can I do this? And oh God, will I survive? If you're watched over by the Guardian Agency, I'll be Witexting. Yeah. That's all you get is a yes. But at the end of the day, the moon will be shifting into Cancer, so things are already emotional. They were in Cancer, but things are shifting deep into Cancer and heading for Leo. They're already emotional. It does put your self-esteem on the line when that's the case, and you're going to have to just own it. Own it, okay? Faith, survival, the answer is yes. Chiron rules the day, so at the end of the day, you will restore peace and harmony to your social life with Chiron. Then we wrap up the week with a nice little flower. Jupiter rules the day, so it's a day of optimism and hope. So Sunday's a real nice day. The moon moves into Leo, which is in our hearts, so our hearts are booster shot. You will feel that with your mouth, so you're going to want to talk, talk, talk. You'll be chatty on Sunday, maybe negotiating, maybe talking to your friends, but a lot of the crazy energies have started to subside, and as we move into the following week, which I'll be reporting on, Mercury's going to go direct, and we're going to start to really get serious in this new reality. So interesting times indeed, eh, Gemini? All right, well, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast, Ambassador, but I will be back in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.